Hari Om. Today's first oracle card is card 17. Maa Blue Tara, the second Mahavidya, who appears not to shake your life but to soothe it. After intense phase of purification, ego dissolution, and karmic cleansing, Ma now reveals another phase of divine grace. Not every spiritual lesson comes through struggle. Some arrives through compassion, some arrives through peace, some arrives through loving embrace of Divine Mother. Mablutara reminds us that true manifestation is born not from anxiety but from inner alignment. As this card beautifully teaches, you do not need to force manifestation through fear. Peaceful faith naturally attracts divine blessings. Who is Mablutara? The Sanskrit word Tara comes from the verbal root through. This means to cross, to carry across, to save, to liberate. Thus, Tara literally means she who ferries a soul across the ocean of fear and suffering. She is a compassionate mother who rescues a seeker from fear, emotional pain, confusion, hopelessness, and spiritual darkness. While Maa Kali destroys ignorance, Maa Tara lovingly heals the heart after ignorance has been removed. She is both infinitely gentle and infinitely powerful. Tara Pitha, the land of divine compassion. One of the greatest center of Tara worship is Tara Pitha, revered as sacred Shakti Pithas. According to tradition, when Bhagwan Shiva wandered carrying Sati's body, her divine eye, Netra, fell here. Therefore, Tara Pitha symbolizes divine vision, intuition, spiritual insight, compassionate wisdom. Blue Tara therefore teaches us to begin seeing life not through fear but through awakened awareness. The story of Samudra Manthana, one of today's deepest teaching, comes from the great Puranic episode of Samudra Manthana, where Devatas and Asuras joined the cosmic ocean. The very first thing to emerge was deadly Halahala poison. Lord Shiva drank this poison to protect creation. Yet its intensity became unbearable. At that moment, the Divine Mother appeared as Ma Tara. Holding Shiva like a child, she nourished him and cooled the poison through her boundless compassion. This sacred symbolism teaches us something profound. Life will sometimes present us with poison, painful memories, criticism, disappointments, betrayal, uncertainty. Blue Tara teaches us not merely to survive this experience but to transform them into wisdom through love and surrender. Symbolism of the card. Every symbol on this oracle card carries a deep spiritual meaning. Blue, complexion. Blue represents infinite consciousness, peace, vastness, divine protection. Just as limitless sky contains everything without resistance, Tara invites us to expand beyond our fears. Sun, hollow. The radiant sun behind the Ma signifies awakened consciousness, divine blessings, illumination, successful manifestation. It reminds us that even the clouds temporarily hide the sun, its light never disappears. Similarly, divine grace is never absent from your life. The serpent. The serpent symbolizes Kundalini, wisdom, intuitive awakening, inner protection. It reminds us that true power lies not only in domination but in awakened awareness. Green leaves. The large green leaves represents healing, renewal, emotional recovery, growth, abundance. Nature never rushes, neither should your soul. Lotus. Perhaps the greatest symbol in today's card. The lotus grows in mud yet blossoms untouched by it. Likewise, your current circumstances do not define your destiny. Your greatest blessings may already be silently growing beneath the surface. Manifestation begins within. One of the session 18th most beautiful teaching is this. Manifestation begins long before it appears externally. Everything is first created in consciousness. Fear blocks manifestation. Faith accelerates manifestation. When your inner dialogue constantly repeats, I am not worthy, it will never happen, I always fail, the mind unknowingly resists the very blessings it seeks. Blue Tara gently asks, can you trust before you see? Vedantic insight. Advaita Vedanta reminds us that peace is not something we create. Peace is our true nature. Fear belongs to mind. The self, Atman, has never been afraid. Blue Tara therefore represents the transition from mind-centered living to the self-centered living. When we rest in our nature, life begins flowing effortlessly. Bhagavad Gita teaching. Today's teaching beautifully aligns with Bhagavad Gita 6.5. Uttaret atma atmanam na atmanam avasadayet atmaiva hi atmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuratmanah. One should elevate oneself by own mind aligned with the higher self and never degrade oneself. The mind alone can become one's greatest friend, and the very same mind can become one's greatest enemy. When the mind is purified through faith, discipline, and self-knowledge, it becomes instrument of liberation. But when ruled by fear, doubt, and attachment, it binds the individual to suffering. Mablutara invites us to transform the mind from an obstacle into a friend through trust, compassion, and spiritual awareness. How do we apply this knowledge into life? Today is not the day to force outcomes, chase people, panic over delays, overthink every possibility. Instead, work sincerely, pray deeply, trust patiently, allow divine timing to unfold. The universe is already arranging that your soul truly needs. Oracle guidance. If Blue Tara has appeared today, my saying, my beloved child, stop doubting yourself. Your manifestations have not stopped. They are quietly taking root beneath the surface. Just as lotus bloom from the mud, your greatest blessings are emerging from the experiences you once called painful. Remain peaceful, remain receptive. I am protecting you even when you cannot see my hands. Blue Tara Mantra. Om Bhim Taraye Hrim Swaha. Om Bhim Taraye Hrim Swaha. Om Bhim Taraye Hrim Swaha. I bow to Ma Blue Tara, the Divine Mother of wisdom, peace, protection, and compassionate transformation. May she remove fear and awaken inner harmony. You may chant this mantra 21 or 108 times today with devotion to cultivate inner peace and receptivity. Ask yourself, when am I allowing fear to block my blessings? Can I replace anxiety with faith? Am I trying to control life instead of cooperating with divine intelligence? What would change if I trust Ma Tara completely? Ma Blue Tara reminds us that the universe responds most powerfully to a peaceful heart. When fear dissolves and fear awakens, manifestation becomes a natural expression of divine grace. Trust the process. Remain inwardly calm, and remember, just as the lotus rises from the mud, your most beautiful blessings may be preparing you to bloom from your present challenges. Jai Maa Tara, Jai Maa Kali, Har Har Mahadev, Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om. After Ma Blue Tara gently reminds us to trust the divine with peace instead of fear, today's journey naturally moves into even deeper spiritual experience through card number 33, Anahata Kali. The sequence itself is profoundly meaningful. First, the Divine Mother calms the restless mind. Then she opens the wounded heart. Only a peaceful mind can truly hear the wisdom of that heart. And only the awakened heart can recognize the presence of divine every experience. And only an awakened heart can recognize the presence of the divine in every experience. Today's second card therefore represents the movement from the faith to love, from healing to wholeness, and from emotional survival to spiritual maturity. What does Anahata mean? The Sanskrit word Anahata means unstruck, unbeaten, not produced by external collision. It refers to the mysterious Anahata Nada, the entire inner vibration heard by advanced seekers through deep meditation. Unlike ordinary sounds that arises from two objects striking each other, Anahata sound is self-existent. It symbolizes ever-present divine consciousness within. This is why Anahata Kali teaches that true wisdom does not always come from outside, it is discovered within the awakened heart. The heart chakra, the seat of divine love. Anahata Kali governs the Anahat chakra, located at the center of the chest. Its traditional association include the color green, element air, that is Vayu, and qualities of love, compassion, forgiveness, emotional balance, acceptance, and inner harmony. Air cannot be confined, yet it sustains life. In the same way, love cannot be possessed, yet it nourishes every relationship. When the heart is open, life flows naturally. When the heart closes, every success begins to feel empty. The Divine Mother Principle. One of the most touching teaching from this session is that image of mother lives within every human heart. Whether a person is a child, an adult, or in old age, moments of deep pain naturally awaken the longing for the unconditional love and protection. Anahata Kali embodies that eternal mother principle. She says, "You do not have to earn my love, you only have to receive it." This unconditional acceptance becomes the foundation by genuine healing. The stone heart metaphor. The card depicts the fragments of a stone breaking apart. This stone represents the emotional armor created by life's painful experiences. Betrayal, rejection, loss, grief, disappointment, broken trust. Many people believe that becoming emotionally hard makes them stronger. Vedanta teaches the opposite. Strength is not the absence of feeling, strength is courage to remain open without becoming attached. Anahata Kali does not merely remove pain, she dissolves the walls we build to protect ourselves from pain, from mind to heart. One of the deepest teachings of this card is that spirituality is not simply acquiring more knowledge. It is a journey from the mind to heart, from analysis to direct experience, from ego to self. The intellect can explain love, only the heart can experience it. Advaita Vedanta reminds us the self is ever full, ever complete, ever free. The heart purified by compassion becomes the doorway through which the truth is recognized. Mandukya Upanishad, the eternal sound. Today's teaching beautifully resonates with the opening verse of Mandukya Upanishad. Om Ityetadaksharamidam sarvam. Om is the entire universe. Whatever existed, whatever exists, and whatever shall exist is symbolized by this sacred syllable. This verse reminds us that the same divine vibration resonates with every being. When the heart becomes quiet, we begin to hear that silent presence. Healing through love. Many people attempt to heal by suppressing emotions. Anahata Kali teaches another way. Healing happens through awareness, acceptance, forgiveness, compassion, divine love. The wound does not disappear because we ignore it. It transforms when we lovingly acknowledge it. As the sunlight naturally melts ice, unconditional love gradually melts the frozen place within the heart. Conditional love versus divine love. The session beautifully distinguishes between the two kinds of love. So what is conditional love? It says, I love you because. I love you if. This depends on circumstances and expectations. Divine love. I love because love is my nature. This love does not bargain. It simply radiates. Anahata Kali invites the seeker to move from seeking love to becoming love. Lessons hidden in pain. Many of life's greatest spiritual awakening arises through heartbreak. Loss often reveals what comfort cannot teach. Betrayal may awaken discernment. Separation may reveal inner completeness. Grief may uncover compassion. From the Vedantic perspective, every experience becomes sacred when it helps remove ignorance and reveal our true nature. Even suffering can become a teacher when received with awareness. Bhagavad Gita teaching. Today's teaching aligns beautifully with Bhagavad Gita 12.13 and 14, describing qualities of true devotee. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitrah karuna eva cha nirmamo nirahankarah samad dukkha sukhas kshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma dradhanishchayah mayyarpita manobuddhi yomah bhakta same priya. He who has no hatred towards any being, who is friendly and compassionate, free from possessiveness and ego, equal in pleasure and pain, forgiving, ever content, self-controlled, firm in conviction, and whose mind, intellect are directed to me, such a devotee is dear to me. Devotion is not merely ritual worship, it expresses itself through a heart transformed by compassion, forgiveness, humility, and love for all beings. This quality naturally arises when one recognizes the same divine self in everyone. This is precisely the awakening symbolized by Anahata Kali. Life application. Today, before reacting emotionally, pause and ask, is my response coming from fear or from love? Am I protecting my ego or expressing my true self? Can I forgive without forgetting the lesson? Can I keep my heart open without becoming emotionally dependent? Sometimes the bravest act is not fighting, it is remaining compassionate. If Anahata Kali appears today, Ma whispers, my beloved child, your heart has carried enough pain. You no longer need to wear armor to prove your strength. Let compassion replace resentment, forgiveness replace the fear, and love replace the separation. The wounds that once define you can now become the doorway through which my grace enters your life. Trust your heart, for it already knows the path home. Meditation practice. Today, sit quietly for a minute. Bring your awareness to the center of your chest. With every inhalation, silently repeat, I receive divine love. With every exhalation, I offer divine love. Allow the heart to soften naturally without force. Today's reflection questions. Take a few moments to contemplate. Which emotional wound am I still carrying? Where have I allowed fear to close my heart? Can I choose compassion over resentment today? What would my life look like if love becomes my natural response? Anahata Kali teaches that the greatest spiritual strength is not the power to control others, but the courage to keep the heart open after it has been wounded. When compassion replaces fear, forgiveness dissolves resentment, and love becomes our true nature, the heart transforms into the temple where divine consciousness is directly experienced. Jai Ma Anahata Kali, Jai Ma Tara, Jai Ma Kali, Har Har Mahadev, Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om. Today's third oracle card brings a spiritual journey to a powerful turning point. After Ma Blue Tara healed the seeker's fear through divine compassion and Anahata Kali awakened the heart through unconditional love, the Divine Mother now asks one of the life's most profound questions. Now that your heart is awakening, what will you do with this awakened life? This is the message of card 36, Artha of Kali. For the first time in the oracle journey, the focus shifts from who you are becoming to what, to why you came here. The Divine Mother reveals that your life has never been random. Every challenge, every blessing, every delay, and every awakening has been preparing you for your sacred purpose. The meaning of Artha. In Sanskrit, word Artha is often translated simply as wealth or meaning, but in Sanatan Dharma, its significance is much deeper. Artha represents purpose, prosperity, resources, right livelihood, meaningful achievement, material support aligned with Dharma. True Artha is not merely accumulating wealth. It is using our ability to contribute meaningfully while creating prosperity that serves both yourself and society. The four Purusharthas. One of the greatest teaching of Sanatana Dharma is doctrine of the four Purusharthas, the four legitimate aims of human life. Dharma, righteous living and ethical responsibility. Artha, prosperity and purposeful achievement. Kama, healthy desires, love, beauty and emotional fulfillment. Moksha, liberation from ignorance and realization of the self. Today's card reminds us that spirituality does not reject Artha. Rather, it teaches that Artha becomes sacred when guided by Dharma and ultimately directed towards Moksha. Traditional Purushartha teaching, Dharmartha Kama Mokshanam Praptaye Janma Manavam. Human birth has been given for the attainment of Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. This beautifully summarizes the purpose of human incarnation according to Sanatana Dharma. Your birth has a purpose. One of the deepest teachings of today's session is this. Your soul did not incarnate accidentally. Before this birth, the Divine Mother already knew your strength, your challenges, your karmic lessons, your gifts, your contribution to the world. Many people spend years searching for purpose. Artha of Kali gently reminds us purpose is not something we invent. Purpose is something we gradually discover through sincere living. The warrior within. Unlike many previous oracle cards that emphasizes the divine feminine, this card presents the energy of spiritual warrior. The warrior carries bow, arrow, armor, unwavering focus. Even symbols carries a profound lesson. The bow. The bow represents the vision, direction, concentration, and preparation. The arrow represents the right action, commitment, courage, manifestation. A bow without an arrow cannot fulfill its purpose. An arrow without direction only creates confusion. Likewise, intuition without action remains incomplete. Action without wisdom becomes impulsive. Artha of Kali teaches us to unite both, balancing the divine feminine and divine masculine. The previous stages of the oracle journey cultivated the intuition, receptivity, healing, compassion, and inner wisdom. Today's card introduces another essential principle. Purpose requires action. Today's card introduces another essential principle. Purpose requires action. The divine feminine reveals the destination. The divine masculine walks the path. One receives divine inspiration. The other manifests in this world. Both are sacred. Both are necessary. Prosperity is sacred. A beautiful aspect of this teaching is its balanced view of material life. Many people mistakenly believe spirituality requires rejecting success or prosperity. Sanatana Dharma teaches something far more integrated. When wealth is earned ethically, used compassionately, and aligned with Dharma, it becomes instrument of divine service. Prosperity itself is never the problem. Attachment to the prosperity is. Artha of Kali therefore removes the false conflict between spirituality and abundance. Release a scarcity consciousness. One of today's strongest oracle message is to let go of scarcity. Scarcity is not merely financial condition, it is inner belief that whispers, I am not enough. There will never be enough. I will always struggle. The Divine Mother lovingly asks, what if those beliefs never belong to your soul? Many limitations are inherited. through family conditioning, social expectation, and fear. The awakened seeker begins questioning these inherited stories. Purpose reveals itself step by step. The comforting teaching from today's session is that life purpose rarely arrives all at once. Just as sunrise gradually illuminates the landscape, purpose unfolds through daily sincerity. You do not need to know every step. You only need courage to take the right next step. Every sincere action reveals the next. Bhagavad Gita teaching. Today's message beautifully resonates with Bhagavad Gita 3.30 as presented. Mai sarvani karmani sannyasyadhyatmacetasa nirashirnirmamo bhutva yudyasva vigatajvaraha. Dedicate all your actions to me with your mind centered in self, free from selfish expectations, possessiveness, and anxiety. Perform your duty with courage and without inner agitation. The success is not measured merely by external achievement. The success arises when the actions are offered to the divine without egoic attachment. Such work becomes karma yoga, purifies the mind, and gradually reveals one's highest purpose. This is precisely the wisdom of Artha of Kali. Life application. Today's card invites you to reflect deeply. Ask yourself, what kind of work allows me to serve others? Which activities naturally brings me joy? What gifts has been preparing me to share? Am I pursuing success merely for recognizing as expression of my dharma? Oracle guidance. If Artha of Kali has appeared today, Ma says, my beloved child, every experience you have lived has been preparing you for this moment. Nothing has been wasted. Your struggles refine you. Your failures strengthened you. Your victories humbled you. Now walk forward with courage. Do not compare your path with another's. Your purpose is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust me and allow your gifts to become the blessings for the world. Kali Mantra. Om Krim Kadikaya Namaha. Om Krim Kadikaya Namaha. Om Krim Kadikaya Namaha. Salutations to the goddess Kali, the divine mother of transformation, courage, wisdom, and purposeful living. You may chant this mantra 108 times with devotion, offering your work, aspiration, and life purpose at the feet of Divine Mother. Today's reflection questions. Spend time contemplating what experiencing have prepared me for my current stage of life. Which talents feel natural and effortless? Where am I still operating from fear or scarcity? How can I use my work as an offering to the divine? What one step can I take today towards your soul's purpose? The core essence, Artha of Kali teaches that your life has never been accidental. Every challenge has shaped your character. Every lesson has refined your wisdom. And every awakening has prepared you for your sacred purpose. When your action aligns with Dharma, your heart remains rooted in compassion. When your work becomes offering to the divine, prosperity ceases to be mere success. It becomes sacred service. Walk your path with courage, trust the mother's timing, and know that purpose your soul seeks is already unfolding within you. Jai Maa Artha Kali, Jai Maa Tara, Jai Maa Kali, Har Har Mahadev, Hari Om Tat Sat. So today we draw card number 17, Maa Blue Tara, card 33, Maa Anahata Kali, card 36, Maa Artha of Kali. Theme of the day is heal the heart, trust the journey, and live your divine purpose. Hari Om, welcome to today's Maa Kali Oracle reading. Today's three-card sequence carries a remarkably harmonious message. The Divine Mother is not asking you to fight harder, control more, or rush towards success. Instead, she invites you to a higher rhythm of life. The journey begins with Blue Tara, who calms the mind and reminds us that faith is stronger than fear. From this place of inner peace, Anahata Kali opens the heart, dissolving emotion wounds and restoring our capacity to love without conditions. Finally, Artha of Kali directs this healed and awakened heart towards purposeful action, showing that true prosperity arises when the work becomes an expression of soul. The message is simple and profound. Peace gives birth to love, and love reveals purpose. In career, today is an excellent day to gain clarity about your professional direction rather than forcing immediate results. If you have been questioning your career, business, or leadership path, remember that meaningful work is not created through anxiety but through alignment. Ma Blue Tara removes fear. Anahata Kali reminds you to work with compassion, and Artha of Kali encourages you to act with commitment and integrity. Rather than asking how quickly can I succeed, ask instead how can my work become offering that benefits others. When purpose becomes clear, opportunity naturally begin to appear. For money, today's reading carries encouraging energy regarding finances. Prosperity is not shown as accidental fortune, but as the natural outcome of living the harmony with Dhamma. If scarcity thinking has been limiting you, the Divine Mother asks to release the inherited beliefs about lack and begin cultivating gratitude for what already exists. Money becomes spiritually uplifting when the earned ethically, managed wisely, and used compassionately. True abundance begins within. In relationships are entering a phase of healing. If misunderstanding have existed, today favors honest communication, forgiveness, and emotional openness. Anahata Kali reminds us that protecting the ego often creates distance, while opening the heart creates genuine connection. Whether with family, friends, or life partner, choose listening over reacting. Compassion will accomplish more than argument. Family, your presence is your greatest gift today. Spend meaningful time with loved ones. Offer encouragement instead of criticism. If there has been emotional distance within the family, take the first step towards reconciliation. The Divine Mother teaches that love grows stronger when expressed through simple acts of kindness. Today's card emphasizes emotional and energetic well-being. Stress accumulated in mind often settles within the body. For health, today's card emphasizes emotional and energetic well-being. Stress accumulated in the mind often settles within the body. Take time today to deep breathing, meditation, walking in nature, proper hydration, mindful rest. Healing begins when the nervous system feels safe. Peace is powerful medicine. Spiritual growth. Spiritually, today represents an important progression. Tara asks you to trust divine timing. Anahata Kali invites you to experience life through the wisdom of the heart. Artha of Kali reminds you that spiritual realization must eventually express itself through purposeful living. The awakened seeker does not escape the world. The awakened seeker serves the world. Every sincere action performed with devotion becomes spiritual practice. Today's Vedantic lesson. Advaita Vedanta teaches us that true nature is Satchidananda, existence, consciousness, and bliss. Fear belongs to the mind, pain belongs to the experience, purpose belongs to the personality, but the self remains ever complete. When the mind becomes peaceful, the heart naturally opens. When the heart opens, your action begins reflecting your true nature. The purpose of spirituality is not to become someone new, it is to discover who you have always been. Bhagavad Gita's wisdom. Today's message beautifully resonates with Bhagavad Gita 18.46. Yatah pravrutti bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam swakarmana tamapachya siddhim vindati manadava. From whom all beings arise, and by whom the entire universe is pervaded. By worshipping him through one's own prescribed work, the human being attains perfection. Every profession can become worship when performed with dedication, selflessness, and awareness of the divine. Spiritual perfection is not separate from daily responsibilities, it is discovered through them. Today's oracle perfectly reflects this teaching. Today's mantra, Om Krim Kalikayai Namaha. Om Krim Kalikayai Namaha. Om Krim Kalikayai Namaha. Salutations to Maa Kalika, the Divine Mother who removes fear, awakens wisdom, and guides me towards a higher purpose. Chant 21 or 108 repetitions today with devotion. 3 practical actions today. First, choose peace before action. Before making an important decision, pause. Breathe deeply and allow your mind to become calm. Peaceful decisions create lasting results. Second, heal one relationship. Express gratitude, forgive someone, or simply listen with the full attention. Healing begins with one sincere act of compassion. Take one purposeful step. Is the third. Identify one small action that aligns with your long-term vision. Consistent progress is more powerful than occasional intensity. Daily affirmations. Repeat this slowly with faith. I trust divine timing. My heart is open to love, healing, and compassion. My work expresses my soul's purpose. The Divine Mother guides every step of my journey. Prosperity flows naturally when I live in alignment with Dharma. Special message from Maa Kali. My beloved child, do not fear the pace of your journey. I have been guiding you through every lesson, every challenge, and every blessing. Today I ask you to quiet your mind, soften your heart, and walk your path with confidence. Your purpose is not something distant, it is unfolding through every sincere step you take. Trust my timing, trust your inner wisdom, and allow your life to become blessings for the world. Community reflection. Take a quiet moment today and reflect on this question. What one gift life has prepared you to share with the world? Share your reflection in the comments. Your insights may become encouragement another seekers need today. Our closing prayer. May Ma Blue Tara remove fear from your mind. May Anahata Kali heal every wound within your heart. May Artha of Kali reveal your sacred purpose and bless your life with righteous prosperity. May your thoughts become peaceful, your heart become compassionate, and your action becomes offering to the divine. Jai Matara, Jai Ma Anahata Kali, Jai Ma Artha of Kali, Jai Ma Kali, Har Har Mahadev, Hari Om Tat Sat. If today's Maa Kali Oracle reading resonates with your heart, like this video, subscribe to the Kali Code and share it with someone who may need divine guidance today. If you seek a personal Maa Kali Oracle reading for the clarity in your career, relationship, finance, or spiritual journey, visit the Kali Code. The link is in description. May the Divine Mother illuminate your path, guide you towards a life of Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Hari Om Tat Sat.